Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hope so everyone is good and fine. Dear students, in the previous lecture I had discussed about the suckle and the rib cage. These two, suckle and the rib cage, they are the parts of human skeletal system. Let us recap that. Suckle, it is the heaviest part of the body and it rests on the top of the backbone. The suckle is on the top of the backbone. The suckle is on the top of the backbone. Okay, there are two parts. The suckle that is divided into two parts, the cranium and the facial bones. The cranium, that is the large and is hollow, and this cranium, this has flat bones. These flat bones are joined firmly with each other. And the facial bones, they form the front and the lower parts of the suckle. They form the front and lower parts of the suckle. These facial bones form the front and the lower parts of the suckle. It consists of lower jaw, upper jaw, and different some other bones. The lower jaw, that is movable jaw, and the upper, that is immovable, that does not move from its place, but lower jaw, that is movable jaw. The lower jaw is movable and it helps in chewing food, it helps in eating food, it helps in talking, and the eye sockets, they protect our delicate eyes. And what is the function of that bone? Cranium. The bones of the cranium, they are flat and are firmly joined together, and they protect the brain from injury. After that, I had discussed about the rib cage. Dear students, rib cage is also known as breastbone or ribs. Rib cage is a cage-like structure. This rib cage, it is a cage-like structure, as you can see here. Rib cage is a cage-like structure which is formed by 12 pairs of curved ribs. This is formed by 12 pairs, means 24 ribs. These ribs, they are joined with the backbone at the back, forming a cage-like structure. This rib cage, what are the functions of this rib cage? The function of that rib cage is to protect the soft internal organs such as lungs, heart, liver, etc. Dear students, the last two pairs of ribs, they are free and are called floating ribs. Last two pairs of ribs, they are free and they are called floating ribs. Okay. Ribs also play an important role in respiration. During inhalation, our ribs expand. During inhalation, when we inhale oxygen from the air, our ribs expand. And those free ribs, which are the last two pairs of ribs, they are called floating ribs. Okay. And these upper limbs, they are called true limbs. Okay. This is called sternum and this is called thoracic vertebra. Okay. Some individuals are born with an extra limb. An extra limb is present in some individuals. That rib is called a gorilla rib. Why that rib is called a gorilla rib? Because it is normally present in the gorilla. Gorilla is one of the types of monkey. Normally that rib is present in them, but in some individuals they are born with that rib. Backbone. Backbone is also known as spine. Okay, in today's lecture I will discuss about this backbone, that is known as also known as spine. Dear students, backbone or vertebral column, this is made up of small ring-like structures. This backbone is made up of small ring-like structures. Okay, small ring-like structures, as you can see here in this diagram clearly. This backbone or we can say vertebral column, this is made up of small ring-like structures called vertebrae. These small ring-like structures are called vertebrae. These 33 vertebrae, how many? 33 vertebrae. These 33 vertebrae, they are joined together. These all are joined together with one another, forming a single column. And this single column that is formed by the 33 vertebrae, that is called a vertebral column. Okay, I hope so you people got it. These 33 vertebrae, they are joined together one on other, forming a single column, and this single column is called a vertebral column. This vertebral column joins the suckle, here. Okay, joins the suckle to the hip bones. Okay, this joins the suckle with the hip bones. The suckle that is joined with the hip bones by this vertebral column. Okay, or we can say that the backbone that runs from the base of the suckle, this backbone that runs from the base of the suckle to the hip bone, this the backbone that runs from the base of the suckle to the hip bones. Okay, how many? 33 vertebrae are joined together, joined with one another, forming a single column. And the first 24 vertebrae, they are joined with each other in a serial, forming a hollow bone cavity. Means these vertebrae are joined with one another. First 24, they are joined with one another. Okay, but they are hollow. The first 24 vertebrae, they are joined with each other in a serial, forming a hollow bone. Meaning the first 24 vertebrae, when they are joined with each other, they forming a hollow bony cavity. This hollow tube encloses the spinal cord. In that hollow tube, there is present a spinal cord. What is spinal cord? Spinal cord is a cylindrical structure, and spinal cord is concerned with the spinal reflex actions. Okay, the spinal cord that is concerned with the spinal reflex actions and the conduction of neuroimpulse. To and from the brain. Okay, this spinal cord that is concerned with the spinal reflex actions and the conduction of neuroimpulse to and from the brain. The joints of vertebrae, they are movable joints. all those joints of the vertebrae, they are movable joints. Okay, they allow the back, front and sideway movement of the body. Due to this vertebral column, we can move our body backwards, front side or sideways. And the movement of neck is also due to this vertebrae. Movement of the neck upside, downside or sideways, this is also due to this vertebral column. This vertebral column that protects the spinal cord and helping in to maintain the balance in our body. Okay, this spinal, the vertebral column that protects the spinal cord, because the first 24 they are hollow, in that the spinal cord is present, spinal cord is protected by it, and it helps us to maintain balance in our body. Dear students, the 33 vertebrae are not same, they are of different. Okay, the 33 vertebrae, they are not same, they are different. The first 7 in the neck region. Okay, in the neck region, there are 7 vertebrae. These vertebrae are called cervical vertebrae. And after that, there are 12 vertebrae. Those vertebrae are called thoracic vertebrae. First, there are 7. Those are called cervical vertebrae. After that, 12. Those 12 and supporting, they are supporting rib cage, they are called thoracic vertebrae. After that, 5 supporting the waist, they are called lumbar vertebrae. 5. Okay, and last 5, they are fused together to form the hip girdle. They are called sacral vertebrae. Okay, and at last coccyx, there are 4, and total there are 33 vertebrae. Total there are 33 vertebrae. First 7 in the neck region, they are called cervical. Second 12, they are supporting the rib cage, they are called thoracic vertebrae. Then 5, they are supporting the waist, they are called lumbar vertebrae. And after that, 5, those 5 are fused with each other, they are joining with the hip girdle, they are called sacral vertebrae. After that, last 4, they are fused and they are forming a reduced tail, they are called coccyx. Total there are 33 vertebrae. Among them, the first 24, they are hollow, and in that hollow portion spinal cord is present, and that spinal cord is protected by that vertebral column. And these 33, they are divided into different. 7, they are called cervical. 12, they are called thoracic. After that, 5, they are called lumbar. Then next 5, they are called sacral, and last 4, they are fused, they are called coccyx. This is all about the backbone. I hope so you people got it.